Welcome back. We've been absent for too long, so here we are again in all our splendour, feeling fit and happy again and raring to go. There are a few new things dotted around the garden, but the weather has been very wet in this little part of France, and as you can see, the garden has overtaken us once again. Some new sweet peas are winding their way upward towards the pale sun, and some adolescent tomato plants promise fruit for the season to come. The hedgerow along the lane shows off with hues of green and yellow, with tiny honeysuckle flowers straining to be seen. It was time to awaken the hedge trimmer from its long winter slumber, and Steve got busy tackling the abundance of flora in desperate need of a haircut. The hedge, that is, not Steve. So as I mentioned earlier, it has been an incredibly wet season, and summer seemed it would never arrive. We would have a few bright days, but then the rain clouds would gather and we'd get another dousing. So with all that rain, certain things have happened differently this year. The flies that usually invade the house in late spring didn't turn up until toward the end of June, and unfortunately the warm, damp weather has increased the mosquito population, and we have discovered that citronella candles simply don't work. But on a good note, we've only seen 2 hornets and no wasps in the house at all. So it's been a slow start to the summer, and there has been a blanket of lethargy around the house. For some reason, renovation has been put on hold, but we do have some plans for the downstairs bathroom, so slowly but surely we are dusting ourselves off and gearing up for the next few months. So the lane looks much tidier now, and we can actually see our boundary line again. We have lent our digger to some friends, but once we get it back, we'll clear the gutter too, as it drains surplus water extremely effectively. And we have needed that this year, for sure. So we're redoing this bit of fence again. Basically, as everything seems to be about, the little dog, Bright, she's just constantly getting out. And I think we've realised that she can jump the fence all the way around. So there's no point in putting it up, really. But this is because there are a lot of dogs in the village, and we have new neighbours who have just moved in. And they have a little white dog. It's like a Jack Russell thing, and it's very sweet. And it comes and wags at the gate. But Bright is really awful. She really tries to get it. And then the day before yesterday, she just grabbed the bottom of this gate, which, has been up for a little while, sort of a year and a half, and just broke it. Luckily, she couldn't get through. So good old Steve is now putting a new bit of fencing up, which is this lovely willow.
Well, mended the hinges of the gate because she ripped the hinges off.
Yeah, she ripped the hinges off the gate, if you didn't hear that. And these are actually bits of wood. These standing pointing bits are bits of wood that we found in the barn. So they do need a bit of protection, I think, but it's only because she was so aggressively trying to get out at this poor little dog who was wagging and being all friendly. But this willow stuff we've got elsewhere in the garden as well. It's actually really nice because it sort of melts into the background and you can still just see through it. But we thought it might help that the dogs hopefully wouldn't see through it too well, because when people walk by, they're always barking, and we try to stop them doing it, but it's just almost impossible. So he's not only going to put the wicker just there, willow, sorry, he's going to put it over the gates as well. We're just working out how to cut, if we can cut the fence so that the bolts can be on there, but I'm not sure. But anyway, and then this has all been cleared, as you saw earlier, so it's looking really good. But I know we're going to have to lop the trees again because they've started to encroach on the wires, so it's a bit of a nuisance, but it's something that
EDF on our case again.
yeah, so Steve just said EDF will be telling us to cut them, so we have to do that. But yeah, it's all looking good.
Well, I'm not 100% sure about the fence, but time will tell. And hopefully Bright will stay in the garden. So, a short but sweet vlog this time. The summer has finally arrived and the blossom on the Sharon rose unfurls each morning, only to fold again as the dusk creeps in. The tomato plants are doing well, although I think I've planted them in a pot that's not quite big enough. The leaves look a little yellow. The vine has gone bonkers again, but you can see that due to the wet soil, it has gone a little brown, and the grapes have not developed quite as well as they did last year. However, another foot and it will have covered the pergola entirely. It's only taken 4 years. We have a new brolly over the seating on the deck. It's worked really well. And as you can see, pretty weeds have grown up over the willow panels. It's been a little bit of a sad time, as sadly and rather unexpectedly, Steve's lovely mum passed away soon after our reunion in Weymouth. At least she got to see the family that one last time. We decided to plant a yellow rose, her favourite, in her memory. Do you know it has flowered and flourished ever since? So, see you very soon. À bientôt!